Okay, 60-minute Vinyasa class. Thanks so much for joining me. As always, listen to your body. Do whatever it is that you need to do to feel comfortable and to feel safe and to enjoy your practice. We're going to do everything twice, moving a little bit faster the second time. We're going to kind of go back and forth between starting at the back of our mat and the top of our mat. So we'll start class in child's pose. If there's a different resting pose you would prefer, feel free to take that. If you're in child's pose, bring the knees as wide as you'd like or as close together as you'd like. Rest the forehead on the mat. Let the arms come out long in front of you or back behind you. Please remember that everything I say is a suggestion. This is your practice. Close your eyes. Give your forehead a little massage on the mat. Bring your focus to your breath if you haven't already. Maybe it feels nice to exhale all of the air from the lungs first. And taking nice big inhales through the nose, filling up the lungs, the chest, the belly. And then a big exhale through the mouth. Allowing yourself to soften as you exhale, to let go of things you don't need. We'll be in this child's pose for just one more breath. Take an inhale, find a little more length from the sit bones to the fingertips. And then take an exhale and find a little more depth. Sink the sit bones into the heels. Start to crawl the arms over to the right for a side body stretch. Crawling a little or a lot, whatever feels good for you. Once you've crawled as far as you're going to crawl, cradle the face back in between the arms. Tuck the chin under the right armpit. And maybe bring the left hand on top of the right and lock the fingers. Sinking into that left hip, send the breath into the left side body. Take one last round of breath. Crawl over to the left side. Take your time to get there, passing through center. Crawling as far as feels comfortable for you. Cradle face in between arms, tuck chin under left armpit. Maybe the right hand is on top of the left and you lock the fingers. Sink into the right sit bone, breathe into the right side body. One last full breath here. Crawl yourself back to center. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Pressing into the fingertips. Inhale, tabletop. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Place the knees below the hips. Let the feet come behind the knees. We're going to find some cats and cows. It's your choice if you tuck the toes or not. Letting the belly button guide you using your breath. Inhale, lift tailbone, lift gaze. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round spine. Just keep moving back and forth between those two poses at your pace with your breath. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you pause in a cat or a cow for a breath or two. Maybe you play around with your palm orientation, your hand orientation. Maybe you find some different organic movement in the upper body. Just be here for 3 more breaths, waking up the bones, waking up the muscles. Carefully bringing yourself back to that tabletop neutral spine. Fingers spread wide, hands below shoulders, knees below hips, feet behind knees. Gaze at the left hand and actively press into that hand. Then using an inhale, raise the right arm, then let the gaze follow the right fingertips. Using an exhale, thread the needle, bring the right arm underneath the left and rest onto the right ear and the right shoulder. It might feel nice to bring the left arm long out in front of you, side body stretch. It might feel nice to wrap that left arm around, bringing the left hand to the inside of the right hip. Finding a twist. Wherever you are, take one last full breath. Carefully unwind. Plant the left hand back below the left shoulder if it isn't already there. Press into the left hand. Inhale the right arm high, the gaze high. Exhale, tabletop. Take a moment to adjust the hands, the shoulders, the knees, the hips. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, pressing into right hand, lift left arm. Exhale, thread the needle, left arm underneath right. Rest on left ear and left shoulder. Bring right hand and right arm, wherever feels most comfortable for you on this side at this point in your practice. Checking in with the breath. Where can you soften? Where can you let go? Using the breath, carefully bring yourself out of this pose. Come back to tabletop, neutral spine. We'll meet in downward facing dog. If you'd like to take a couple more cats and cows, please feel free. Once you make your way to downward facing dog, just taking the time to find some movement. Make any adjustments that you need to make. Use your next inhale, listen, bend your knees and look at your feet. And then simply crawl your hands back to meet your feet for a forward fold at the back of your mat. Finding a ragdoll, you might separate your feet a little more. You might bend your knees a little more. Drape the torso, let it hang nice and heavy. Relax the head and the neck. Maybe you shake it yes and no. We're here for about 6 breaths. Maybe the arms dangle or maybe you find a bind. Opposite pinkies to elbows. Hands interlaced at back of head. A fist at the lower back, reaching toward the sky. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Maybe you start to find some movement, bobbing up and down, swaying back and forth. Letting gravity take over, sending the breath to the lower back. Find stillness. Remove any bind. Toe heel the feet directly below the hips. Straighten the right leg, bend into the left knee. Plant the left hand below you, below your face on the mat. Inhale the right arm high, the gaze high. Exhale to stay. Inhale to stay. As you exhale, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. Let the right hand plant where the left hand was. And then lift the left arm high, the gaze high. Let the fingertips lift higher to the sky, big inhale. Let the fingertips come back to the mat, exhale. Bending into both knees, pressing into both feet. Inhale all the way up to standing. There is no rush. Once you make your way up, exhale, let the shoulders lift and roll back and the palms face forward and the fingers spread nice and wide. Play around with the stance for a moment, lifting one foot and then the other. Slight bend in the knees, slight tuck of the tailbone. Keeping shoulders soft. Inhale the arms out and up, let the palms come to touch. Exhale the hands to the heart. You might close the eyes. If it feels right to you, you might set an intention for your practice or for the rest of your day. Big inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Flutter the eyes open if they aren't already. Inhale the arms out and up. Let the left hand grip the right wrist. Press into both feet, find a little more length before you bend. Exhale, bend to the left. Press into the right pinky toe. Use the breath. Inhaling, finding more length. Exhaling, finding more depth. Press into both feet as you inhale, carefully come all the way back up. Reverse the grip. Right hand grips left wrist and gently pulls on that grip. When you're ready, using an exhale, start to bend to the right. Pressing into the left pinky toe, the left side of the foot. Breathing into that left side body. When you're ready, the inhale brings you all the way back up, no rush. Remove the grip of the wrist. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, let the hips reach forward ever so slightly, lift the gaze. Come back up carefully, slowly, inhale. Hinge at the hips, carefully, slowly, exhale. Flat spine. Inhale to find a halfway lift. Reach the crown of the head forward, reach the tailbone back. Exhale to fold. Crawl the hands out in front of you. Find your first high plank of this practice. Take plenty of time here in our first high plank to adjust. Shoulders over wrists. Puff up the upper back. So you're pressing your upper back into an imaginary hand that's pressing on your back. Reach your heels back behind you. Pull in your lower belly. Big inhale. Lower down halfway or all the way. Exhale, bend the elbows inward. Feel them brush the ribcage. Come to the tops of your toes. Inhale, press into your hands, baby back bend. Upward facing dog or cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. We'll stay in this down dog for 3 breaths. Bend one knee and then the other. Give the hips a little shimmy. Shake the head. Reminder, these are all suggestions. Listen to your body first. Inhale, bend the knees. This time, gaze at the hands. Exhale, hop or step. Let the feet come to the top of the mat and meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze is slightly down. Shoulders reach back and toward each other. Exhale, fold. You might bend your knees. Inhale, press into your feet and come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart and tuck your chin. Raise your arms as you inhale. Hinge at your hips and fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Step or hop, high plank. Lower down halfway or all the way. Baby back bend, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We'll do that same thing once more, flowing. 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, bend the knees, look at your feet. Exhale, crawl the hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Raise your arms, inhale. Hinge at your hips, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Crawl the hands out in front of you, high plank. Lower down halfway or all the way. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Fill up here. And let go here. Inhale to prepare to find the top of your mat. Exhale, find the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Raise the arms. Fold forward. Come up halfway. Lower down. Hop or step. Bend the elbows in. Baby back bend. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your down dog. Press into your thumbs and your pointer fingers. Feel the shoulders soften a little bit more away from the ears. Prepare to find the back of your mat. Find the back of your mat. Chair as you inhale. Stay here. Soften your shoulders. Bring your weight into your heels. Maybe you lift your toes. Maybe you gaze past your knees, making sure you can see your toes, and you wiggle them. Let the gaze come forward. Taking your time, you're going to find a high lunge by bringing your right foot and stepping it at the top of your mat. Adjusting what you need to adjust here. Squaring your hips, bringing the right hip back, the left hip forward. Keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips, pulling in the lower belly. Maybe there's a slight bend in that left knee. We'll inhale to prepare to twist. We'll exhale to bring the right arm back, the right hip back, the left arm forward. Please gaze wherever you would like. And then use your next inhale to unwind, come back to center, raise the arms. As you exhale, we'll cactus the arms, baby back bend, sit nice and low in the hips, lift the chin, the chest, the gaze. Your next inhale, straighten the arms, stack the shoulders over the hips, pull the lower belly in. As you exhale, plant the palms, frame the front foot, low lunge. Beautiful. Left hand below left shoulder. Inhale, right arm high, gaze high, simple twist. Exhale, plant that right palm back down, low lunge. Inhale for a three-legged plank. So reach your right leg back. Keep it lifted a couple of inches. Maybe there's ankle rolls in that right foot. When you're ready, lower down halfway, bend the elbows in. Come to the tops of both feet. Press into the hands, lift the chin, the chest, the gaze. Roll over the toes, lift the hips, pull in the lower belly, adjust the stance. Prepare to find the top of your mat, and then find the top of your mat. Prepare for chair, and then find chair. We're here for a couple of breaths, softening, adjusting. And whenever you feel ready, we're going to find a high lunge with the left foot forward. So you'll gracefully step that right leg back behind you. Whatever you need to do here to find your high lunge. Checking in. When you're ready for an exhale, bring your left arm back, your right arm forward, gaze wherever you'd like. Pay attention to the head, the neck, the shoulders, the breath. Inhale, carefully come back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, plant the palms. Right hand plants below right shoulder. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, plant the left palm back down. Inhale, three-legged plank. Left leg reaches back behind you. Make your way to down dog, bending elbows in, lowering down halfway. Lifting chest, lifting hips. We'll do that same sequence one more time. One breath, one movement. That doesn't mean we're going to rush it. Inhale, bend the knees. Look at the feet. Exhale, crawl the hands back to meet the feet. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stay. Bring the right foot and plant it at the top of the mat. Bring the right arm back and the left arm forward. Come back to center. Cactus the arms. Straighten the arms. Plant the palms. Raise the right arm. Plant the right hand. Right leg back. Meet in down dog. Bend the knees. Let the feet meet the hands. Sink into the hips. Bring the right leg back. Bring the left arm back. Come back to center. Baby back bend. Straighten the arms. Plant the palms. Raise the left arm. Plant the left hand. Send the left leg back. Make your way to down dog. Couple of breaths here. Maybe you stick your tongue out, lion's breath. Adding on, inhale, bend the knees, look at the feet. Exhale, crawl the hands back to meet the feet. Inhale, chair, bend the knees, raise the arms. Exhale, stay. Right foot steps forward. Right arm reaches back, right hip reaches back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten the arms, pull in the lower belly. And listen, exhale, warrior two, open up. Plant the left foot parallel to the mat. Widen the stance. Open up the right knee. Soften the shoulders. Using the breath here, inhale, press into the right foot, straighten the right leg, raise the arms, palms touch, raise the gaze. Exhale, warrior two. Just two more times, inhale. Exhale. One last time, inhale. Exhale. Stay here, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale, right arm forward. Lower the right arm, raise the left arm. We're here for 3 breaths, maybe right elbow, right knee, left arm up and over, it's your choice. Actively press into the left pinky toe and send your breath into the left side body. See if you can lift the right hip from the right thigh. When you feel ready for an inhale, reverse your warrior, left hand, left thigh, right arm up and over. Maybe that left hand wraps around for a bind inside the right hip. Maybe you find a sense of buoyancy in the right knee. Reaching right fingertips further back behind you, breathe into that right side body, inhale. Cartwheel forward, exhale. Low lunge, both feet point forward. Right arm high, simple twist, inhale. And listen, as you exhale, horizon lunge, come onto the pinky side of the left foot, sink into the hips, bring the right arm back, the gaze back. Inhale, come back to that simple twist, ball mound of left foot. Right arm high. Exhale, low lunge, plant the right palm. Inhale, 3-legged plank, right leg reaches back. Lower down halfway, bend the elbows in. Tops of all 10 toes. Roll over those toes. Big inhale. Full exhale. Prepare to find the top of the mat. Find the top of the mat. Prepare for chair. Find chair. Reach the right leg back. Reach the left arm back, left hip back. Unwind, come back to center. Cactus the arms. Straighten the arms. Warrior two, open up. Adjusting here, wherever you need to adjust. Inhale, press into left foot, straighten left leg, raise arms. Exhale, warrior two, bend the knee, open the arms. 2 more times. Fill up. Extended side angle. Gazing up at the right hand or down at the left foot. Breathing into the right side body, pressing into the right pinky toe. Inhaling to reverse the warrior, no rush to get there. Gazing up at the left hand or down at the right foot. On your exhale, cartwheeling forward. On your inhale, left arm high. Horizon lunge, pinky side of right foot, sink into hips, left arm back, gaze back. Simple twist, ball mount of right foot, left arm high. Low lunge, 3-legged plank. We'll meet in down dog. Take a full breath here. Same thing, flowing, 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, bend the knees, look at the feet. Exhale, crawl the hands back to meet the feet. Inhale, right to chair. When you're ready, right foot steps forward. When you exhale, right arm reaches back. As you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, cactus. Straighten the arms. Open up. Just once, inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale to stay. Exhale to extend. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to cartwheel forward. Inhale to raise the right arm. Exhale for horizon. Back to your simple twist. Planting your hand. Reaching your leg back. Moving to down dog. Finding any challenges you'd like, any modifications you'd like. Taking a break. Taking a sip of water. It is your practice. As you inhale, bend the knees. As you exhale, step or hop. Inhale for chair. Stepping the right leg back. Bringing the left arm back. Inhale, center. Cactus. Straighten. Open up. Straighten. Bend. Fill up. Extend. Reverse. Low lunge. Simple twist. Horizon lunge. Simple twist. low lunge. Three-legged plank. Take yourself to down dog. 3 breaths here in your down dog. We have one last sequence and then we'll find the restorative part of our class. Inhale, bend the knees, look at the feet. Exhale, walk the hands to meet the feet. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stay. Right foot steps forward. Right arm reaches back. Back to center. Baby back bend. Straighten the arms. Open up. Straighten the right leg. Bend the knee once more. Inhale here. Extended side angle. Reverse your warrior. And listen as carefully and gracefully as you can. Find your half moon. All of the weight comes into the right leg. The right arm reaches long out in front of you. Lift the left leg. Flexing the left toes, stacking the left hip over the right. Maybe you lift the left arm. Using your breath. It's okay if you fall out of it. We're not here much longer. We're only doing this pose once on each side. And taking your time, you're going to bring yourself to standing knee raise. So squaring the hips, maybe the hands come to the hips. And then bending the left knee and bringing it in front of you. The knee comes in line with the hip. Flex the left toes toward the face. Find your foundation on your right leg. Maybe there's a micro bend in the right knee. Then we're just simply going to come into tree. Maybe the hands assist that left foot. Bring it to the inside of the right leg, above or below the knee. Just doing the best you can to avoid the knee. And then open up this left knee, opening up the hips. Press into that right foot. Lift the crown of the head, giving yourself more length, more balance. And we're just going to be here for about 6 breaths. Maybe you play around with the arm placement. Maybe you play around with the gaze. In your own time, you're going to carefully come out of this pose and just meet at the top of your mat. So maybe the hands come to the heart first. Maybe the left leg straightens long out in front of you and you give the left leg a little shake. Let the foot meet the right, and then maybe the right leg gets some attention as well. This is going to be our second to last sun salutation. You might close your eyes. I'll do it with you, but I'm not going to say anything. Use your breath to meet in down dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Look at the hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stay. Reach the right leg back behind you. Reach the left arm back behind you. Inhale back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Straighten the arms. Open up to warrior two. Inhale to straighten the left leg. Exhale to bend the left knee. Fill up here. Extended side angle. Reverse your warrior. And then here we are again. We're going to find half moon. There's no rush to get there. The weight's in the left leg. The left arm reaches long out in front of you. The right leg lifts, the right toes flex. Stack the right hip over the left and maybe raise the right arm. Maybe raise the gaze. Bringing yourself to a standing knee raise whenever you're ready. If it helps, square the hips first. Maybe hands come to hips. Bending the right knee, bringing it in front of you, in line with the right hip. Flexing the right toes toward the face. We'll find tree on the other side. The right foot comes to the inside of the left leg, above or below the knee. The right knee opens, the hips open and square. Press into the left foot. Lift the crown of the head. Let the breath be full. Let the breath be long. Let the breath be steady. Option to play around with the arm placement again, to play around with the gaze again. To let it look and feel the same, to let it look and feel different from the other side. In your own time, we're going to meet standing at the top of the mat. Maybe hands come to heart first. Maybe your right leg reaches long out in front of you for some attention. Maybe left leg needs the attention as well. This will be our last sun salutation of this practice together this morning. Maybe you close your eyes. We'll meet in downward facing dog. This will be our last downward facing dog of this practice. Give yourself some movement, make some adjustments. Maybe finding some lion's breath, sticking your tongue out. There's no rush. We'll meet in child's pose. Widen the knees. Bring the big toes to touch. Bring the arms long out in front of you. Rest the forehead on the mat. Of course, if your child's pose looks different, that's fine. If you prefer a different resting pose, that's fine. Giving the forehead a massage, perhaps. Closing the eyes, maybe. Staying here as long as you'd like. Optional side body stretch here, crawl the arms over to the right. Sink into the left sit bone. If you crawl to the right, use your breath, crawl to the left. Sink into the right sit bone. Make your way back to center, child's pose, if you aren't already there. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, tabletop, press into the fingertips. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Place the knees below the hips and the feet behind the knees. You can tuck your toes if you'd like. Just 3 rounds. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Back to cow. And back to cat. Tabletop, neutral spine. Inhale the right arm high when you're ready. Exhale to thread the needle. Left arm wherever you'd like, 3 breaths here. Taking your time, come out of this pose. Bring yourself back to tabletop, neutral spine. Adjust anything you need to adjust here. Other side, inhale, the left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle. 3 breaths here. Perhaps noticing a difference between this pose and the one you did 45 minutes ago. Back to tabletop, there's no rush. Bring the knees together and the feet together. We're going to find broken toe. Have a seat on the heels. Tuck all 10 toes. Maybe your hands need to assist you, particularly with the pinky. If broken toe is really, really painful for you, you don't have to do it. You can come to the tops of the toes. We're also going to do a neck stretch here. Bring your hands behind your lower back, interlace all 10 fingers, finding a fist. As you inhale, reach the fist back and lift the crown of the head. As you exhale, bring the fist to your left hip and send your left ear to your left shoulder. Maybe you close your eyes. Bring your gaze down to the floor in front of you, soft gaze. It's your choice. And see if you can send your breath into the right side of your neck. Send your breath into the bottoms of your feet. With your next inhale, let the crown of the head lift and reach the fist back. And as you exhale, bring the fist to the right hip, send the right ear to the right shoulder. Breathing into the left side of the neck. Breathing into the bottoms of the feet. Taking a moment to soften. In your own time, the inhale brings the crown of the head high and the fist back. Remove that bind and shake the arms out. Plant the hands in front of you, untuck the toes. Come to the tops of the feet and just lightly pat the feet on the back. Have a seat on the heels. Bring the legs out to one side. Plant the feet in front of you, scooch up to the front of your mat. So your feet are at the front, your bum is in the middle. Bring your arms up shoulder height. Lift your gaze, your chin, your chest. Find a flat spine, pressing into the feet. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, tuck chin, round spine. Slowly start to lower onto your back. Lower back. Middle back. Upper back. Shoulders. Head. Rest your arms long at your sides. Bring your feet a little closer toward you. Widen the feet a little bit. Let the knees fall to the right ever so slightly. Let them pass through center and fall to the left. Just carefully letting them rock back and forth with intention, not just letting them flop. You're welcome to stay here with this movement as long as you'd like. If finding some knee circles would serve you, bring the knees into the chest, place the hands onto the knees, and roll the lower back in circles at whatever size feels good. Whatever speed feels good. And if you're finding circles, now's a good time to change direction of those. If there are any last poses before your final resting pose that you would like to take, please feel free. Otherwise, suggestion to curl up into a ball first. Bring yourself to center. Lift everything from the mat except for that middle part of the back. Wrap the arms around the legs, grip opposite elbows. Bring the forehead to the knees. And then flex all the muscles in the body, the feet, the legs, the hands, the arms. Flex the glutes and the back. Flex the face, the forehead, the cheeks, the nose, the lips. Big inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, slowly lower down. The back, the shoulders, the head. One arm at a time. One leg at a time. You might lift the upper back and lower it down. Suggestion, heels in, toes out. Fingers wide, palms lifted. Removing the crease from the forehead. Removing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Lightly parting the lips. Finding total stillness. Relaxing the breath. Softening the body. Calming the mind. Slowly bringing yourself out of your final resting pose, deepening the breath. Maybe it helps to exhale the air from the lungs first. Finding some tiny micro movements in the body, fingers and toes perhaps, ankles and wrists maybe, back of head even. Coming into a transitional fetal position, rolling over onto one side, using your arm as a pillow. Carefully pressing yourself up into a seat, letting the seat be comfortable. Placing your hands wherever resonates most with you in this moment. Just taking a moment to thank yourself for your practice. Appreciate you sharing your practice with me and allowing me to share my practice with you and helping Woodlawn Yoga exist. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.